I remember that year I waited too long. Spring felt like it was almost here for weeks, and then, bam, the heat arrived. I walked out to the garden in early May, seeds still in hand, and realized half my cool season crops couldn't handle the warm soil. Nothing germinated right. My summer harvest? Thin and disappointing. That was the year I learned. April doesn't wait for you. I don't want that to happen to you. So today, I'm going to walk you through the 10 vegetables you absolutely must plant this month, before that window slams shut. Some are cool season crops that bolt the moment summer heat hits. Others are warm season crops that need a head start to produce before fall. Miss April? You could be waiting a whole year. Before we dig in, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, so you never miss a planting window again. Now, let's start the countdown and get your garden thriving this April. Plant number 10, beets. Beets are one of those vegetables that quietly sneak into your garden and give you double the value. The greens are delicious in salads or sautés, and the roots are perfect roasted, boiled, or even pickled. April is the perfect month to sow them directly into the soil because they thrive in cool conditions. Once the soil hits about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, the seeds can go in, and they'll germinate even if the weather swings from chilly mornings to warmer afternoons. Plant them about half an inch deep and thin seedlings to around 4 inches apart, giving each root room to develop. Varieties like Early Wonder or Cabbage not only grow reliably, but also add color and flavor diversity to your harvest. The urgency with beets is real. Once summer heat arrives, they bolt quickly, turning woody and losing their sweetness. Plant in April, and you'll enjoy tender root and lush greens throughout the late spring and early summer. Don't wait, because this is one of those cool season crops that won't forgive a late start. Stagger your planting if you want a continuous supply, but the key is to get the first batch in the ground now, while the soil is still welcoming. Plant number 9, cabbage. Cabbage is one of those dependable vegetables that almost feels like a safety net for your garden. Plant it right, and it rewards you with firm, crunchy heads all summer. April is the sweet spot for sowing cabbage seeds or transplanting seedlings because it gives them a full cooked season to develop properly. The plants love rich, well-drained soil, and adding a little fertilizer once the head begins forming will ensure you get dense, flavorful cabbage. Once seedlings sprout, thin them to about a foot apart so each plant has room to grow into a perfect head. Varieties like Golden Acre and Late Flat Dutch are classics for a reason: reliable, tasty, and great for storing or fresh eating. Timing is everything with cabbage. Plant too late, and your heads may never fully form before the summer heat arrives, leaving you with small, loose, or bitter leaves. Starting in April gives the plants the long, cool growing window they need to thrive. If you want a continuous harvest, consider staggering plantings every few weeks. But the most important step is to get them in the soil now. Waiting until May or later is a gamble that rarely pays off with cabbage. Plant number 8, carrots. Carrots are a slow and steady kind of vegetable, but when you give them the right start in April, the payoff is sweet. Tender roots that practically melt in your mouth. They thrive in loose, well-draining soil free of rocks or clumps. And keeping the soil consistently moist is key to getting seeds to sprout evenly. Covering your rows with garden fabric or a light mulch for the first week or two can protect the delicate seeds from temperature swings and improve germination. Varieties like Scarlet Knots, Little Finger, or a Rainbow Mix give you a range of flavors, colors, and shapes, perfect for fresh snacking, roasting, or colorful salads. The catch with carrots is that they're slow to germinate, which is why April is the ideal time to get them in the ground. If you wait until May, you'll lose precious weeks, and the summer heat could stress the young roots, leaving them woody or stunted. Planting now not only ensures an early summer harvest, but also gives you time to succession plant every couple of weeks for a continuous supply of crisp, homegrown carrots throughout the season. Don't delay. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to beat the clock on a full, flavorful crop. Plant number 7, lettuce. Lettuce is the ultimate cool weather superstar in any spring garden, and April is the prime time to get it going. Fast-growing, tender, and versatile, lettuce rewards gardeners with a continuous harvest if planted in waves. Start seeds directly in the soil or in shallow trays. keeping them consistently moist until they sprout. Lettuce thrives in cooler temperatures, and planting now ensures you avoid the bitter taste that comes when the plants bolt in the heat. Varieties like Paris Island Cos, Garden Leaf Blend, and Iceberg offer a mix of textures, flavors, and colors that make salads, sandwiches, and wraps truly shine. One of the best strategies is staggering your plantings every week or two. That way, as one batch is ready for harvest, another is coming up behind it, giving you a near-constant supply of fresh greens. The urgency with lettuce can't be overstated. Once temperatures climb into the 80s, the plants will bolt, sending up tall flower stalks and leaving you with bitter leaves. By planting in April, you take full advantage of the cool window before the heat hits. For extra success, consider light shading or row covers during any unexpected warm spells, and harvest leaves from the outside in to keep plants producing longer. Lettuce may seem simple, but timing is everything. Miss this month, and you'll be watching your neighbors enjoy fresh salads while your garden struggles to catch up. A little attention now pays off with crisp, vibrant greens that elevate every meal. Plant number 6, peas. Peas are one of those cool season vegetables that feel almost magical in the garden, resilient, productive, and surprisingly easy to grow if you get them in the ground at the right time. April is perfect because peas thrive in cooler temperatures and can even tolerate light frosts, bouncing back quickly as the weather warms. Plant them directly into the soil about an inch deep and space the seeds roughly an inch apart, giving them room to sprout and climb. Providing a trellis or support structure is essential, as most varieties love to climb and will reward you with abundant pods. Sugar snap, snow peas, and early English are excellent choices, offering a mix of crisp sweetness for snacking and tender pods for cooking. Succession planting every couple of weeks will extend your harvest, giving you a steady supply from spring into early summer. Timing is critical with peas because their window closes as summer approaches. Once the temperatures rise consistently, the plants slow down, and pods can become tough or stop forming altogether. Planting in April ensures you capture that prime cool season window, letting the vines grow strong and the pods fill out fully. For maximum success, water consistently and mulch lightly to keep the soil cool and moist. Peas are forgiving, but only if you respect their seasonal rhythm. Miss this month, and you may find yourself watching others harvest tender, sweet peas while your seeds sit in warm soil, struggling to catch up. April is your opportunity to set up a crop that will reward you with crisp, flavorful pods for weeks to come. Plant number 5, broccoli. Broccoli is one of those vegetables that feels flavorful and packed with nutrients, like a small triumph every time you harvest it. Crisp. April is the ideal time to start broccoli because it's a cool season crop that needs a long, steady growing window before the summer heat hits. If you're starting from seed, sow them indoors in large modules or small pots, placing 2 seeds per module and thinning to leave the strongest seedling. Broccoli develops a dense root system quickly, so be careful when transplanting to avoid disturbing those roots. Once the danger of frost has passed, move your seedlings into rich, well-drained garden soil, spacing them about 18 inches apart to give each plant room to grow and form a full head. Varieties like Cabbage, Heirloom, produce a central head along with side shoots, giving you an extended harvest well into the season. The urgency with broccoli is all about timing. Plant too late, and the heads may never fully form, or the plants may bolt once summer temperatures arrive. By starting in April, you give your broccoli the long, cool stretch it needs to thrive. Fertilize when the heads begin to form, and keep the soil consistently moist for the best results. For gardeners who want a continuous supply, succession planting every few weeks is possible, but the key is to get that first batch in now. Missing this window could mean waiting until fall for another chance, and with broccoli, patience isn't just a virtue, it's a necessity. Plant number 4, onions. Onions are one of those garden staples that reward careful timing more than anything else. April is the month to either transplant sets or start seeds directly in the soil, depending on your region and onion variety. In cooler climates, long day onions are ideal, while in warmer climates, Short-day varieties perform best. Onions need loose, well-drained soil and plenty of sunlight to develop strong bulbs. Sets or transplants go directly into the garden, while seeds can still be started indoors, though time is tight. Varieties like white sweet Spanish, Elsa Craig exhibition, and red grano are popular choices for home gardeners seeking big, flavorful bulbs that store well over winter. The urgency with onions comes down to day length sensitivity. Plant them at the wrong time, and your bulbs may never form properly. April planting ensures your onions have enough time to grow, swell, and mature before the heat of summer slows development. Keep the soil consistently moist. Mulch lightly to retain moisture, and give each plant enough space to avoid competition for nutrients. Onions may look simple, but their success depends on precision and timing. Plant too late, and you'll end up with thin, underdeveloped bulbs instead of the plump, versatile onions that can elevate any dish straight from your garden. Plant number 3, tomatoes, start indoors. Tomatoes are one of the most rewarding vegetables to grow, but they demand perfect timing and a little patience. April is the window to start seeds indoors because tomatoes need warmth and consistent care before they can handle the garden's unpredictable spring temperatures. Sow seeds in trays or small pots, keeping them in a sunny spot or under grow lights, and maintain even moisture to encourage strong, healthy seedlings. Most varieties take 6 to 8 weeks from sowing to transplant. So if you want your plants in the garden around Memorial Day, the first week of April is the ideal starting point. Varieties like Early Girl, Roma, or heirlooms such as Brandywine offer a range of flavors and uses, fresh salads, sauces, or canning for winter. Missing this indoor start can seriously limit your garden options. Plant too late, and you might find yourself buying whatever seedlings are left at the nursery, often with limited variety and unknown quality. Starting in April ensures your tomatoes have a full growing season, giving them time to develop strong roots and sturdy stems before facing the outdoor elements. Keep seedlings under consistent light. Transplant carefully after hardening off, and you'll be rewarded with early, abundant harvests of plump, juicy tomatoes. Timing is everything. Get them started now, or you risk a shortened season and smaller yields. Plant number 2, peppers, start indoors. Peppers are slow-maturing warm-season crops that demand an early start if you want a full, flavorful harvest. April is the perfect time to sow seeds indoors because peppers need warm soil and steady conditions to germinate properly. Plant seeds in small pots or trays with a quality seed-starting mix. Keep them evenly moist and place them in a sunny window or under grow lights. Varieties like King of the North, Early Jalapeno, and sweet bell peppers offer a mix of heat levels, colors, and flavors. So starting early ensures you can enjoy a wide selection throughout the season. Starting indoors also gives these slow growers a head start, so they'll be ready to transplant once the soil reaches at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit. The urgency with peppers is clear. They take roughly 100 days to produce fruit, and any delay in planting means a later harvest, sometimes late enough that early frost or summer heat can cut it short. By sowing in April, you give your plants enough time to develop strong roots, sturdy stems, and healthy leaves, which translates directly into bigger yields and better-tasting peppers. Skip this window, and you might be left with small, underdeveloped fruits or limited nursery options. With proper care, consistent watering, warm soil, and ample light, peppers started now will reward you with vibrant, crisp, homegrown fruits that far surpass anything from the store. Plant number 1, summer squash and zucchini. Summer squash and zucchini are hands down some of my favorite vegetables to grow. Nothing beats the excitement of picking your first ripe zucchini of the season and tossing it straight into a salad or sauté. They're incredibly productive, and a single plant can feed a whole family if cared for properly. April is the perfect time to plant them, either by direct sowing after the last frost or by starting indoors a couple of weeks early to get a head start. These plants thrive in warm, fertile soil with plenty of sunlight and consistent moisture. Varieties like Black Beauty, Cocozelle, or Gold Rush zucchini not only produce abundant yields, but also offer different shapes, colors, and flavors to keep your summer meals interesting. Timing is everything with summer squash because pests like squash vine borers emerge in early summer and can devastate your crops if plants aren't established. Planting in late April gives your squash a few weeks to grow strong and start flowering before the borers arrive, which is the #1 strategy experienced gardeners use to protect their harvest. These fast-growing plants reward careful attention immediately. Consistent watering, rich soil, and a little space to sprawl go a long way. Miss this window, and you're not just delaying harvest. You're risking the chance to enjoy the peak of summer squash season at its fullest. Plant now, and you'll be picking tender, productive squash all summer long. Remember that year I told you about, standing in the garden in May with seed packets in hand, realizing the planting window had already closed? That disappointment doesn't have to be yours. By planting these 10 vegetables now, you're giving yourself the best chance for a full, vibrant, and delicious garden this season. From cool season crops like beets, cabbage, and peas to warm season stars like tomatoes, peppers, and zucchini. Each one has its own window, and April is it. Miss it, and you might be waiting an entire year to try again. So here's your action plan. Get those seeds in the soil, start your indoor seedlings, and keep track of your garden's progress. Drop your hardiness zone and what you're planting in the comments below. I'd love to see what everyone's starting this month. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss another planting window, tip, or garden hack. Your garden season starts now. Let's make it your most productive one yet.